Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our fourth in our daily Blitz series. This is where we're going to get into the meat of the topic that's going to span several episodes. This is Dynasty mode. Dynasty mode does have multiple layers. This one, though, we're just going to focus on setting up your Dynasty for the first time. We're going to go over the different options that you can do. So there are a couple of ways to access Dynasty mode, and the first one is on the main tab of the home screen. Also go to the modes
Play
tab.
now is selected.
You
Play
can go
friend
down
is selected. Dynasty is selected.
to Dynasty. I went down twice from there. We'll enter it this way. Doesn't matter which way you enter it. You press A or X on your PS5.
Game modes, you have three options. Continue is selected.
Now, the first option here is Continue. We already have a Dynasty in progress that we're playing with.
Start.
Go down to Start. I think that should be labeled New, but in essence, you would be starting a new Dynasty. Or you can
Load.
Now, I do want to look at the load dialog really quick and see what we have in here. Apparently the...
Entering Dynasty offline save.
There it goes, it's reading.
Dynasty
Yeah, basically,
offline save.
there are multiple
Dynasty,
files here. You would
offline
want
save.
to use some sort of
Entering
OCR
game mode screen. Dynasty is selected.
to scan it
Game
and
modes,
see
you
what
have
the
three
files are
options.
called.
Continue is selected.
We're going
Start.
to go to Start, and we're going to start
Welcome
it
to
in
Dynasty
Dynasty
mode.
type,
I'm Reese
screen
Davis, and it's
Dynasty
time to
type. You
start
have
your
two
coaching
options.
journey.
Offline
First,
is
select
selected.
whether you want to play online or offline. An online Dynasty is where you can invite your friends and also import your own custom-created schools through Team Builder.
Now, Team Builder is done online through a web browser. We may do a Team Builder discussion, depending upon how accessible
Online.
it is. Anyways, we're where we make the selection for Dynasty. It's a horizontal list with two options,
Offline.
and I'm going to select offline for this demonstration.
Next,
Entering
it's
roster
time to
screen
select your
roster.
roster.
You have two
Choose
options.
to use the
Default
latest
roster
EA
is
Sports
selected.
recommended roster, or choose one you've created personally.
So, you can... I don't know why they would let you choose a created roster unless you downloaded one from somewhere else, because you can't really edit the rosters in this game. I guess you could move players around and kind of build your team that way, but we're going to select the default roster.
Now it's
Entering
time to
Dynasty
customize
setup
your
screen.
Dynasty
Events is selected.
experience. Choose your settings and customize your conferences, complete with unique rules and protected rivals.
Now, we will discuss conference building in a later Daily Blitz, but I do want to look at the options that are here.
Dynasty settings is selected.
There's Dynasty
Advanced.
Settings, Advanced.
Dynasty settings is selected.
Those are
Custom
the two-
conferences is selected.
Oh, Custom Conference is another option. Again, we will discuss Custom Conference in another
Advanced.
Daily Blitz.
Dynasty settings is selected.
We go down to Dynasty Settings. Let's see what we have.
Entering Dynasty settings screen, you have 13 options. Skill level option is set to freshman is selected.
So, there are only 13 options here. You may recognize some of these from Madden, but a lot of the Madden options are not there because their franchise mode is farther along than this Dynasty mode in some respects. But let's take a look at what's here. We've got the skill level option that is set to freshman.
Coach firing option is set to none.
Coach firing option. This is if you do not do well. By default, you can get your job security too low, which will put you on the hot seat and ultimately result in your firing from the school that you choose to work with. Unlike in the NFL, however, retiring does not mean, at least I don't, getting fired from your school does not mean that you are, your dynasty is over. On the contrary, you can get other jobs. My coach in my other dynasty was offered several jobs after winning a national championship, but he is loyal to his alma mater, and that nice pay raise probably also helps. Anyways, let's go down.
Coach XP speed setting option is set to normal.
This is on how fast you wish to gain Coach XP. This is used to upgrade talents and points on the different talents and tiers that you can have. The talent tree, unfortunately, is not accessible. It has been reported as such. So this can be left alone at its default.
Player edit permission option is set to commissioner only.
Player edit permission option. This is if you can change certain aspects about the player. This is who can edit them. This applies to online leagues. Commissioner only is the default option.
Injury option is set to on.
Injury option. Do you want this on? By default, it is on. Most people don't change it, but if you really don't want to have to deal with injuries and wear and tear in your franchise, you can disable those. That segues nicely into...
Wear and tear option is set to on.
Yep, wear and tear. This is the new system put in place to force or to encourage the use of strategy in keeping your players healthy. Wear and tear does recover over time, but you can completely disable it if you wish.
Quarter length option is set to 5 minutes.
This is your standard quarter length option. It's set to 5 minutes. I like to raise it to 8 to 10.
Quarter length option is set to 8 minutes.
I think I have it to 8 on my other franchise, so I'm going to leave it there. You can change this later on.
Accelerated clock option is set to off.
Accelerated clock, I despise the thing. It's supposedly there to make games feel more realistic, especially inside of 2 minutes. I don't like it. I like the default option, which is
Minimum
off.
play clock time option is set to off.
And the minimum play clock time is set to off. That does not mean there is not a play clock, because there is. This is just setting it so that there is not a minimal clock time that starts.
Season experience option is set to full control.
Here is an option that might be familiar to a lot of you who played Madden. Season experience. Remember in Madden 18, they introduced season experience controls. You do not have to do any recruiting or anything if you don't want to. Set it to...
Season experience option is set to customized. Season experience option is set to simple.
You can set it to simple, and this means that the only thing you have to worry about is gameplay. The computer will take care of the rest for you, should you not wish to participate in recruiting and such. But we are going to want to participate in these
Season
things.
experience option is set to full control.
So I will set it to full control.
League advancement option is set to manual.
League advancement, this determines if the weeks automatically advance when you are done. I like it set to manual. You may choose otherwise.
Auto recruiting option is set to off.
There's that auto recruiting option that we were foretelling about here. This will determine if the computer handles all the recruiting for you. By default, it is off. You can change that here.
User coach auto progression option is set to off.
User coach auto progression. Do you want to upgrade your coach skills? Do you want the CPU to handle it for you? I recommend, unless you are willing to fight with OCR or using some sort of picture smart or copilot or something, that you set this to auto, but you probably, some of you may want to go through that challenge, and therefore you'll want to leave this spot on its default option.
Skill level option
And
is set
that
to
is
freshman.
that is all the options we have. We are going to
Entering Dynasty
press
setup
B to
screen.
back out of
Dynasty
this.
settings is selected. Custom conferences is
And
selected.
we're not going to look at custom conferences right now. We will we'll look at that at a later daily blitz.
Advance.
So I think actually what we're going to go ahead and do is advance. advance this.
It's now time to select your team. Do you want to build a team from the ground up or take over an established contender? Pay attention to each team's prestige rating, represented by the number of stars next to each team's name. Teams with a higher prestige will be ready to compete for the college football playoff right away, while lower prestige teams provide a greater challenge to build into contenders. The choice is up to you.
Texas Tech Red Raiders, Tennessee Volunteers.
Now, what I am noticing here now is that menu narration is speaking the full team name here. I am playing with Tennessee in my other franchise. I'm going to flip things around a little bit. I think. Go to my
ACC.
conference. Yes, I can. And I want.
Florida State Seminoles.
That's exactly who I want. I went down once from there, and I'm going to press A.
And now
Entering
you'll
select
choose
roll
where to
screen, you
start
have four
your
options.
journey
Head
as a
coach
coach.
is selected.
Head coaches progress against goals on both sides of the ball, while coordinators will only progress on their respective side. Whichever role you choose, you will have new opportunities provided to you during the season via the coaching carousel based on how your team fares through the year.
Offensive
We have
coordinator.
head coach, offensive
Defensive
coordinator,
coordinator.
defensive coordinator.
Head
This
coach.
menu does not wrap. It is a horizontal menu. I'm going to choose head coach.
Here,
Entering
you'll choose to
choose
create
coach
a
screen.
coach
You
of
have
your
two
own
options.
or
Create
use
new
an
is
existing
selected.
one. By creating a custom coach, you will be able to fully customize your coach's backstory, starting skills, and look, while existing coaches will come with an established set of skills and team bonuses to begin your journey with. Either option will allow you to earn coach points that can be used to unlock unique skills for both on and off-field actions.
So this is an important step. I will say that creating your own coach is doable. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time creating, going through all the steps. You can choose to play with your team's existing coach. I think for this demonstration, let us go ahead and let's choose existing. We haven't done that yet.
Monty Jenkins.
Ah,
Create new. Monty Jenkins.
that's Florida State's coach. I thought it was Mike Norvell. Yay? I think you got this one wrong, unless Mike Norvell left. Go ahead and choose that.
Congratulations,
Monty Jenkins'
it's time to
contract
sign your
offer screen.
first coaching contract. Make sure to pay attention to the expectations of the role. These are based on real-life historical records of the school. Failing to meet the university's expectations will land you on the hot seat and potentially have you looking for a new job when the coaching carousel rolls around.
Now, so this is a window that basically is telling you, it says, "Congratulations, Monty Jenkins. We are pleased to offer you the contract for the coaching position at Florida State. One of your goals is to win a conference championship. If you use an AI scanner, such as Picture Smart with ChatGPT, or one of the add-ons for NVDA, you will see more. We're going to go ahead and accept this contract. It's not something that we should have a problem with.
Entering Dynasty Hub screen actions.
All right, and we are
Custom schedules. Top stories is selected.
in our first week of the Dynasty. So congratulations, if you follow this tutorial, you will have created your first Dynasty with an existing coach. I will say, once you choose create a new coach, it'll ask you for things like first and last name, give you options to navigate and change your coach's appearance, you'll hit the continue button. There will be, you'll have a choice between motivator, recruiter, and there's one other one, tactician is the other one. You can choose between any of those three. You'll get initial benefits, any of those skill sets, which you can then work through. So our next daily blitz that we will do will be setting up a conference and conference schedule. Assisting me with that daily blitz will be the lovely coziest koala herself.
That's me.
And she and I will walk you through more in-depth things that you can do in Dynasty mode. With that, this concludes Daily Blitz number 4 for EA Sports College Football 25.